Hi, my name is Timo,
And I'm Ploy.
and we are International Pulse. We're here to talk about international student lives in the US.
And we're here to share the real talk.
So let's grab your passport and let's get into it.
This is International Paul.
Woo! How are you doing,
Yay!
Ploy?
Oh my god. My life has
It's
been
been
hectic, man.
and
How's
it's been
your life?
so long. It's
I
good. It's
know.
good. This is our second season,
I
and
know. It's crazy, man.
it is. You know what's different in second season?
What is it?
we're gonna we're gonna move on from student life to work life because we are both
Woohoo!
working now. Woo! I mean, we
Yeah,
have been
yeah.
working since the first one, but yeah,
Yeah, but I think now we're getting to the point where we start to get settled and I think we're pretty much like learn a lot of things, so we're ready to share about it.
yeah, I'm so excited to talk about that. Before we jump into that, I just want to say thank you everyone for listening. We saw
Um,
like Spotify rap last year, and I was surprised. Like thank you everyone for listening. I didn't think we are gonna come this far, but
I know.
if you like and has been listening, I just want to genuinely say thank you. So thank you again for listening to
Thank
us.
you, thank you, thank you. Like it's
Oh
mean a
my
lot for
god,
us. I think we get things started just because me and Timo would just like to hang out and yapping and sharing things. And then
exactly.
yeah, we would love to have you guys joining our conversation. So yeah,
Yeah.
thank
So
you for
stay tuned.
listening.
All right, let's jump into it. So, this season 2, episode 1, we're going to talk about work life in the US. We have been working for some time and now we're ready to share our experience. So, let's start with where are we now, Ploy? Where are you now, Ploy?
Yeah, I'm still in Chicago. I just started a new positions in November. So, I'm still in the marketing fields, just a new companies, new environment, but still in Chicago. I'm still corporate life, pretty much doing marketings for companies. I jump into a new industries, which is a IT consulting. Now is how about you, Timo? Where are you now?
Oh, I'm good. I'm in New York. I'm still in New York and I'm still doing a freelance tech work. My freelance tech work involves web development, AI development, and we're also building our startup together. We have a company together as well. Like, I forgot to
Yay,
mention
yay.
that. QQ Studio. I mean, it's still work in progress, but we can talk about that next time. Yeah.
Yeah, we will keep that for our next topic. But yep, that's what we're currently doing. Very exciting.
Yeah, but this is really interesting because Ploy is a corporate, like 9 to 5, right?
Yeah.
And me is a freelance, which is like a different color of workforce in the US. I didn't think I'm gonna be like this, but somehow it worked and it's very interesting. So,
Yeah.
yeah, do you
I get
wanna start first? Like your
sure.
career, day to day life?
Yeah, definitely. So for me, it's like what Timo said. I do 9 to 5 pretty much. Do like I do hybrid models. So I work 2 days in office, 3 days from home. I'm just sitting on my desk more than going anywhere else, just stuck here. I don't move to eat dinner. I just sit on my desk, eat on my desk. So what I'm currently doing is pretty much being like doing marketings, managing marketing strategies, like pretty much coordinate between sales team and marketing teams.
Mm,
Yeah. So my current company is a startup. So I work sometime in the office, which is I work in the co-working space. So, at least I have some place where I can shift around so I don't just stuck
mm,
at home all the time. I don't know about others, but for me, I get when I'm stuck in one position for too long, I really easy to get distracted. I don't know if it's happening to you
me
or not,
too,
but for
actually.
me,
No,
yeah.
actually, for me, it's the opposite. If I have to move a lot, I'll get distracted. So if I wanna like focus, I'll stay in one place all the time. But that's very interesting. I wanted you to talk about the co-working space more because I think that's something very US as well.
Yes. So in Thailand, okay, just comparison. In Thailand, we have a couple co-working space, but not a lot. I think so far I've been to only one. And back in the day, I did not really understand. Is close to your university actually. I don't it's called
Is it?
NabLab. Have you heard?
I may have been there.
Yeah, it's
I
really
also
close to
didn't
your
understand
university,
back then.
to your
Yeah.
college, actually. So pretty much, it's like back in the day, I did not understand the concept of co-working space. It's like you have to pay for one day to just go there, and you don't get anything else. Like you don't get food, you get drink. You just be there for a space. Back
For a
then,
table.
freelancing and stuff is not that big in Thailand. So yeah, I did not understand, but so now I'm here today working in co-working space, and I'm not gonna lie, I love it so much. I feel like
Mm,
co-working space really totally different from like corporate office, where co-working space you have like communities there. You have your own, pretty much your free kind of freedoms, but not as much as you work from home for sure, that you can go around. But you have the freedom of like you can change the spot. And what I love about co-working space is that it's like you work in IKEA. Every furnitures are so new, so well
yeah.
organized. So it's like this is where it keeps you working and like focusing, even though you don't have your own desk. I work from the space so that we don't have like a specific office, but still I get really productive going to the office, like even it's just 2 days, or even sometimes I go more than 2 days. I even thinking
Mhm.
of going tomorrow. So yeah, I'm
Yeah.
thrived.
I'm not regularly working in co-working space, but time to time having visiting Ploy in her co-working space is very nice. It's
Mhm.
been really, really great. And one of the benefits is that you have unlimited coffee. And
Oh,
sometimes they have
you know,
breakfast
I
too,
ca
right?
oh, we so the co-working space that we currently use, we have free breakfast, and we have a like sometime light snack in the afternoon. And also every Thursday, this is depend on the location, but some location on Thursday they have happy hours.
Mm.
Wines. There's one day that they have Malort, which is AKA, if you don't know what it is, it's a Chicago liquor. Looks
Liquor
like vodka, and I'm like, wow, we're taking shot in like
with
random Thursday afternoon.
my lord, it's disgusting, everyone. And I stand by it. Do you
Yeah,
like
I
it,
mean, if
Ploy?
you're I try once, but, like, I don't know, that day that time, I feel like it's fine, like, it wasn't that
Really?
bad. That time, I was like, one of my ex-colleague, he lured me that, "Oh, you should try Chicago handshake," and I just so dumb that I didn't know what was that. But now, just so whoever might visit Chicago and got the same, like, things at, "Oh, do you know Chicago handshake?" It's not actually a handshake, but it is when you, like, combine, not really combine, how to say, you
Drink
when you
after
order
like
Choco
handshake.
Handshake, it would comes as a shot of Malort and, what is that beer again? It's a Chicago beer. I forgot the name. Old style?
Me neither.
Something along
I
those
don't
lines.
remember.
Please fact check. Yeah, and pretty much it comes like that, and then you just take a shot of Malort and drink the beer. I'm like, "Oh my gosh." Some people hate it so much. I tried before. I feel like, "Meh,
Hmm.
it's not as bad." For me, tequila tastes worse, so
I can see that. I can see that.
yeah. So
Mm,
yeah, that's the idea.
interesting.
So co-working space like is really nice communities to have, and also, actually, I just got a best, like, pretty cute moment in a co space yesterday, actually. I went to the co space, and it's a different location. So I like to shift around. Like sometime I go to this location. I don't stick with one. I just, like I said, I like to change location to build my productivities. There
Hmm.
was they have like a bowl of chocolate, like the Hershey's.
Oh, for
The how to call
Valentine?
Yeah, exactly, for Valentine's. And then I'm pretty like some guy just caught me like grabbing a couples and put into my pocket because I'm gonna leave soon. I don't steal, they put there for you to
Yeah.
grab. So I was like, "Oh, grab something." And then there was one guy, he's like he comes in, he's like, "Hey, what's your name?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm Ploy." And it's like, "Oh, like, Ploy? Wait a second, I'm gonna grab you a better chocolate." And he just went somewhere, and I don't think he worked in the co space. I think he's just someone that have office there. He
Hmm.
went somewhere, he came back, and then he's like, "Okay, I'm gonna give you only one." But then he pulled it out and he quoted me it's around 6 chocolate. Yeah, he gave me like a bunch of chocolate. I'm like, "Oh, thank you." Yeah, like it's so cute. Like, and I feel like
Oh.
the reason why co space is really nice for especially for startup or smaller team, because everybody know that we are smaller teams. So we are
Hmm.
like, it's like, okay, we know that you are like working really hard, and co-working space is like, that's is designed for you to have a communities within your
Yeah.
location. So it's yeah, that's a fun stories.
That's really cute. That's really cute. I
Oh,
just
I'm glad.
realized that you
Mhm.
have both worked in a traditional office in your the past job, and
Yeah.
this job you're working in like a shared cooking space.
Yes, yes, yes.
What's
I
the
have
biggest difference that you notice?
yeah, I have worked in like in a traditional office. I have worked in co-working space with an office, like where they rent a space in co-working space. And now I'm currently working in the co-working space, like open workspace. So I tried different location, but so far, I think I would say that I like how I work like currently the most because I have flexibilities of like, okay, maybe someday I want to go to office, some days I want to work from home. But this is not only about the working models, but because of my company's flexibility, like culture as well. So it's totally different. In my previous company, I work in a very traditional cubicle office, if you could imagine, where like you sit there and you cannot see anybody else. Like you see what you are doing, like you have your own cubicle. It felt amazing when I first got it. I'm like, wow, it's like you have your own desk, your own space. It's great. But then I feel like it missing something. Like it's for example, when you sit in that cubicle and then you have to go ask someone, you might feel a bit hesitant because it's a lot of work for you to like get up and walk to someone to asking
Oh,
us one stupid question, you know. So
hmm.
like yeah, that's probably the different and one thing that I feel like I wish it could be better. Yeah, that's the idea. Yep. Now I'm thrive. I really enjoy working in this model.
I see. Nice.
How about you?
So yeah, okay. For
I'm gonna ask.
me, yeah,
I know
I've
that
been
you work
working.
in a coffees area, like cafes a lot.
Yeah, I think back in, so I'm a freelancer, and pretty much like ever since I moved to New York, I've been working a freelance job, and it's a fully remote, and pretty much like I'm working on a time zone of California, San Francisco. So most of the time, if they have a meeting, it'll be pretty late for me.
Oh,
3 p.m. meeting is my 6 p.m. Or
okay.
recently, their 5 p.m. is my 8 p.m. Or most of the time, by that time, I'm likely out there somewhere doing something. That's why I'm like taking calls using headphones in the coffee shop. But the main job, like as a freelancer, is that it's more flexible. Pretty much instead of like the culture and everything, they just give you deliverables and they want you to do what they asked you to do and you stick by it. So my freelance job is that it kind of like hour oriented. So
Mm.
I clock in as well and then I've been working on it and I've been experimenting on my workspace. I used to work a lot in coffee shop and then I realized that it's too damn loud.
It's loud.
Especially in New York. Like it's loud, it's busy, it's hard to go to a restroom and coffee
Oh,
is
that's the
expensive.
worst part. Like where like you have to carry all the stuff that you have, especially in
Yeah.
winter. Actually, where you have to carry your jacket and then you have to go to the bathroom. You came back in, maybe your seat is taken already. So yeah, totally
Yeah, that's
get that.
so I kind of like stopped going to coffee for work and then I start going to library for work.
Mm.
At first it was actually really nice. Like most of the time people don't really like bother or like use voices
Mm.
until it's 3 p.m. and
Mm.
high schoolers come to the library.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
I'm not sure if it's common in Chicago, but in New York, I realized that most of the public libraries, there are so many high schoolers, and they always come there to like regroup with their friend and chit chat, and they're always
Interesting.
like really loud, which I don't blame them. It's New York, and like they're young, they're with their friend,
Yeah.
and I mean, there are area which you can like go really quiet, and there are area
Mm.
that they can use voice. Usually, the area that you can use voice, it has a better like view, better environment. I like to work in there, but then it's been distracting as well.
For sure.
So I end up working at home a lot of times,
It's
which
safe.
is yeah, which is really good. I think it's funny that I have been like working remotely, working from home, and going to cafe to library, and then I end up being at home again. But I think time to time for me, I realize that if I need to focus, I need to like not move a lot. Like if I
Mm,
need to go to restroom, my restroom is right there. If I need any food, it's just right there. And I've been working at home to do job and taking calls. That's really great. That also make you when you go to like cafe, make it more meaningful as well. Instead of like
yeah,
go there and just tick tock tick tock all the time. I think my this is my work experience has been.
yeah, yeah. That's
But
great.
yeah, lately I've been looking into co-working space as well. Like
Yeah,
I know you've been there, and I know like another friend who has been there, and I'm like, it actually sounds really nice.
because it's you can pay like pretty much it's like a monthly fee, and
Three
then
nine nine, 299. How?
yeah, depends on
Yeah,
the
actually, depending on
depends
the.
on what like there are a lot in the market. There are like
Hmm.
WeWork, Industrious, uh, there are more. So you can explore that. Yeah, it's around like maybe 300 a month or so. But imagine that you can get free coffee. You don't need to buy coffee.
Hmm.
You
Yeah,
could for some vendors they have free breakfast. And I'm
yeah.
not gonna lie, sometimes like if you go to like not really like not that crowded location, most of the time you can save that for lunch. Yeah,
Yeah,
as well. They have
exactly.
snacks, they have microwave where you can cook your own food, bring your own food. Yeah, I observe, I see a lot of freelancer who work from the co-working space where like, and
Hmm.
also the good thing is that they can bring in guests. So sometimes if you have like clients that you know, you want to have like a in-person business
Ah.
talk, you can bring
Hmm.
them in and you don't look as bad where like it looks more professional comparing to you
Yeah,
go to Starbucks or
coffee shop. Yeah.
yeah, and co-working space, like people go there to really working. Like this one time that toward the end of the year, actually during that Q4 rush that happened, there was one big company that rented the big conference room, and then all the head like CEO like board just come and then they dress like suit, so you can see they're like wow, they're like board members. So yeah.
Hmm.
That's the idea. So yeah, I think co-working space is a great option, and I think it's my design for freelancer as well.
Yeah, I'm heavily considering it. So next time you're coming to New York, we're going to
Industrious.
Industrious.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why last time. Oh yeah, we didn't go last time. I visit just for context. I visited Timo in Jan, and then I did like it was a partially business trip. Like
Oh yeah.
1/4 of it was business trip, and then the rest is like traveling. Yeah, I
Hmm.
don't know why you weren't there, but anyways, it was amazing.
Yeah. So it's fine. Next time we're gonna go.
Will do.
Yeah, I think actually environment like affect your productivity a lot. Like
A lot.
if you work in cafe, of course you're not gonna focus.
Yeah,
Co-working space is a good investment.
yeah, also, like, I'm not sure it happened to you, but, like, in Chicago, sometime when I go to a coffee space, like, coffee, like, cafe or something, sometimes the internet is bad, and then I'm like, "Oh my god, I cannot take calls from here, what should I do?" So, it's sometimes it's a bummer. So, most of the time, I would just go straight to Starbucks because that most they have, like,
Yeah,
the most
that's where
promising Wi-Fi that okay, I'm sure that the Wi-Fi works for sure.
it is. All right,
Okay,
let's talk about coworker just a little bit. I guess how
cool.
do you collaborate or how do you work with someone else in
Yeah,
the
so
US?
yeah, I would say in the corporate America is they really value like collaborations and like team sync very much comparing to Asia countries where I'm from. Like for example, when I was in Thailand, I think we barely have meetings. We have meetings like once in a week. Like once a week is a lot already. Like we don't have a
Yeah.
weekly meetings. I think we have
Mhm.
like if it's like teams meeting, maybe it's like I don't know, once a month. It's you barely in the meetings. But here in the like in the US, I have like I don't know, in 1 week I probably have like 30 meetings.
Oh my
I
god.
have a lot of sync. Especially I'm like my role is kind of like a coordinator, so I have to work with different teams. So, there are a lot of sync, there are a lot of meetings and yeah, like I would say that every day from Monday to Friday, my first half of the day is occupied. I have meetings every day. So, the good things about this is that you get to collaborate. You get to like communicate to your colleague, and that's kind of built up the like how to say it's built up the relationship with your colleague. For
Relationship, yeah.
sure, your colleague is not your friend or family, like somebody said, but it's good that. at least if you have a good relationship with them where you can hang out, just even though in a like really high level, it's really help a lot with your works like environment. For me personally, based on my experience, if you get along with your colleagues as like, okay, we can hang out a little bit, it really help with the dynamic of the team.
Mm. Mm.
Just to sum up, corporate America, colleagues working with as a team, very important.
Yeah, I see that a lot. And
Mm.
meetings are very, very common.
Yeah, like my mom's surprised when she see how many meetings I'm in.
Mm.
My mom visited me during December when I just get started with this role, and then it was during my onboardings process, and she saw me in the meetings like all day, like no time to eat, and she was like, "Wow, you work," because in Thailand, if you have meeting, that means it's like wow, it's a big deal. So that means if you have a
Uh-huh.
lot of meeting, means wow, there's a lot of big deals. So like wow, your
Hmm.
company is like really active in meeting. Well, it's just we hanging out, like sometimes it's just me in a meeting and like, hey, how was your day? Oh yeah, the weather was sucks and like
U.S. culture, like,
US culture,
hi,
yeah, and US
how's the
culture
weather?
is yeah, and US culture like this only happened in the US. I think when you come to the
Uh-huh.
meeting and then you have to small talk before you
Yeah.
get into the topic. Like you would never come in, hey, how are you? And then you were like, all right, today we're gonna talk about like, nah, that's rude, man. Like, no. So you have to be like, hey, how's your day? Any fun thing the weekend? How was your other? You wrap it for around like, I don't know, good 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and then you all right. So the topic is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah.
Yeah.
It's really truly American culture, truly.
Very, very US.
Yeah,
I
so
think
US style.
I think most meeting in Thai or Asia, they have
Mm.
like an acting, like when they're doing meeting, instead of like saying hi, they go in like a serious tone,
Yeah,
and
they're like
they don't have small talks. They're like, today we're going to talk about blah blah
yeah,
blah. Blah. But I
yeah,
think
yeah,
in
like
meeting in the US, it's more chillax.
really yeah, here is like meetings mean like it's chill. Like meetings here is pretty much like you call your friend and I'm like, "Hey, where is that file again?" Like, you just ask like a really short question. Yeah.
I see. Yeah. Okay. So for me, how I collaborate as a freelancer is
Mm.
that actually there are very little meeting compared to you. Weekly, there are like two, three, four max most of the time
That's a lot
because
already. That's
actually, you
already
might be right. Because we always talk on Slack. And
oh yeah.
actually, we just talk on Slack a lot of times because it's the most convenient messaging platform. Their AI
Mm.
is also convenient. And like when it comes to like a project that's on and off, like a freelance, you really can't expect everyone to come at the same time. So meeting is like not sometimes optional, but very, very helpful. Like if you go in there, you can ask your question, you can clear your doubt and everything. But anyway, it's not that we talk less. We talk a lot in text form, in Slack channel, and in the actual task comment. Like we comment this and that, and have like some other people check, and they comment us back. Then we also comment back again. I
Mm.
think for freelancer, it's just if you're doing in like a bigger project, it's gonna be less meeting. But if you're
Mm.
doing in a smaller project, you're gonna lead the meeting a lot of the time. You're gonna be the one that like, so this is the progress, this is what we're gonna do. Are you still on track and this and that? So it's really depend on like the kind of work you're
Yeah.
doing in freelance.
Yeah. But if you ask me, I think based on my experience, I think I like it better when we have like meetings because it's not
Hmm.
because like okay, there are pros and cons. The con is that you have less time to work on
To
something.
actually work, yeah.
Yeah, to actually working. But the pro is that you get to like you how to say you have someone to pushing you, and I would say that in terms of deliver the like way faster comparing to like when we were in Thailand. I think one project might take 2 months just because like okay, you have time, you can just be chill about it. But here is like because you gotta show it in the meeting, which is coming up next week, so you gotta do it now, man. Like yeah. Also, what do you actually this is a quick question for you. What do you
Mhm.
think about multitasking after you work in
Mm.
the US?
I think it's very common. It's very common, like all the time. But to me personally, I think it's less efficient. Like if
True,
possible,
true, true.
I would don't want to multitask, but some most of the time it's not an option, right?
True. I think people here expected that you
Yeah.
would multitask. Like for
Hmm.
example, when you're in the meetings, I don't think I have ever seen in like really rarely that you're gonna like doing like just sit there and do the meeting. You would do
Hmm.
something on the side most of the time. So I feel like after I worked in the US, even before I started working full time, even I was like a on campus student worker, they also expect me to multitask. And I think I developed this kind of personality from there. It's not really an unhealthy way to do it, but like you said, it's not an option. Like you gotta do it. Like
Yeah.
actually, this is a funny story. When I was at the Paul, when I worked as a fundraiser, like
Hmm.
they expected that you can like multitask. So how we do it
Like,
is that we have to dial the phone, right? We have to like
uh huh.
dial, and then while we waiting for that, because not every that we make will be picked up. So we just keep dialing, dialing. But while we're doing that, to keep all the workers not bored, they're playing games on the same time, like spontaneously. True, for real, for real. So I'm just like listening to this, and then I just have to play a game with them. And then when it's on my turn, I'm like, okay, I do that. I just okay answering the question. Sometimes we play like Jeopardy's or to truth and a lie, and then like I have to play a game. But then somehow, if someone picked up, I have to like shift back immediately. It's like it's crazy, man. Like I will say, my first week was crazy. I could not do it, but after that, I'm like, okay, now I'm learning. Like, yeah, I can do the multitask, and I
Okay,
think
now
that
that's
helps me a
crazy.
lot with today. That like, wow, I can listen to the game while talking to someone. So like it's happened. And especially today, I still multitask while I'm doing the meetings, doing something else, talking to someone. And I know that like for especially for new grads, some people might not be as good, you know. It's just so
Actually,
just so you guys know it's gonna happen in a corporate.
you just give me idea. Like, why don't we do that with our intern sometime?
Do
Like,
what?
if we, why don't we just play game and multitask
You
at the
know what's
same
funny
time?
about You know what's funny about it? Because I know
Uh-huh.
that intern personally, and I know that he
Yeah.
cannot do it
I
for
say I'm
sure.
saying like I know he cannot multitask
He
for
cannot
sure.
multitask. He cannot. So like
I think that'll be
we
a
can
good lesson. That'll be a
try.
good thing to train. But
It's
okay.
just it's a really important task like that you multitask. All right,
Yeah.
fun. All
Okay.
right, yeah, that's the one thing I just noticed, and I'm just wanna hear your opinion. That do you think is true?
True. It's very true. It's very true. Just it's hard and it's important. I mean, yeah, you have to do it, or else the
Yeah,
meeting will eat away your hours, and like you have to actually like do things,
true.
and you have life outside of work too. You don't want to carry your work outside of life that much.
Yeah,
So yeah.
definitely. Okay,
Okay.
we talk about this. Actually, I can talk a bit more about like corporate and startups since I work
Yeah.
in both like environment. So
Mm-hmm.
when I work in a corporate where like I would say my biggest company is around like 200 it's still mid-size. It's not like oh enterprise. It's just like mid-size. But it's around like 200 people. So I would say that the bigger the companies, the lesser your responsibility would be. For me,
Yeah.
as a marketers, when I work in the bigger companies, you do like I would say I have around like 3 or 4 main responsibilities. It exclude we don't count the ad hocs because that is like it will come anyways. But the
Mm-hmm.
main one that recurrings and you have to taking care of is around like 4 or 5 responsibilities. But today, as I am the only one marketing in my current company as a startup, so in a startup, you have to be really initiative and really autonomies where like, okay, you are assigned to do 3 tasks, but you are expected to do more than that, maybe 6, 7, 8, 9. Like you do everything that you could. If you feel like you could do it, you have to jump in and do it. So I think it's really important to wear a lot of hats in startups, and they are
Mm-hmm.
expected that you would wear a lot of hats. But if you work in a big corporate, they're like, no, you are the specialist. You do one thing at a time. Like you do this, only this,
Mm-hmm.
and you go dive deep. You really dive deep. That's why the qualities of work and stuff is might look different in a corporate and in a startups.
Yeah.
I think some people like doing corporate, some people like doing startups. I think, in my opinion, I prefer wearing a lot of hats and gain skills like being hands on many things more than like doing on one task. the whole time because, like I said, I think it's my bad habits that I get bored easily. So I like to like try new things and do all the stuff. So that's yeah, that's why I what I like spotted from working in both
Mhm.
environment. But I do thrive in both. But I just think that I prefer to be busy rather than have nothing to do.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard a phrase once that startup is US superpower. And I think that's
Huh.
still true, right?
It's still true. It's very
Yeah.
true.
I'm not sure about other culture startup, but I think the culture of doing more work, like you just described, is very, very true to US, especially if it's like
Yeah.
company is small. But most of the time, if you're applying for a startup and if they accepting you, you're kind of agreeing to like this is the kind of work that you're going for. And it might be good for someone, it might not be good for anyone. There are also other opposite, which is corporate as well. I think not only like marketers, but every role actually.
Yeah,
When they
every
work
role.
in
Not
startup,
limited.
they're gonna do every single thing. But
You do everything.
in yeah,
You're not just doing one job for sure. Like in my case, I'm a marketing, right? And then I do like sometimes I do HR job. Like I do
yeah.
document, I
Ploy
do
has been doing
interview
HR a
people.
lot.
I interview people and you know why? I think one reason why I got this job when I interview it because they see the entrepreneurship in me because like
Yeah,
like me and Timo we're
we
building
were
one
doing
startup,
yeah. Mhm.
so they were looking for someone that have the entrepreneurship because like I said, startup we are building we growing with them. So it's not like corporate where like oh they're well developed, you're just there to keep it running. But startup you have to make it grow, like grow bigger and bigger, and you are the one who in charge. Also there is one word that my manager said that surprised me. She said that so when I work in previous companies, everything have to be approved by my through my supervisor
Yeah, your
before I go
manager.
live.
Mhm.
Like everything have to go like have to be approved. You cannot just make decision on your own. But with my current company, she's like, you are the expert, you make decision. If you ask for our permission or our approvals and we not there for you, we cannot manage time to do it for you. You do you. You make the decision. I'm like, what? Great. It
Yeah,
feels amazing. It feels like so like you feel like you are trusted, and you feel your creditabilities. So I'm like, oh, okay. Like, yeah, I'll do that. Like, and then it's really different because like I was in my very previous companies, I'm not gonna say where, there was a time that I got like really bad
mhm,
feedbacks just because I do things autonomously or I pretty much just take leadership with
mhm.
I could say that without their permission because they pretty much just like, hey, I need to approve this before it go live. But I feel like okay, I cannot wait anymore. These have to go live. So I just
Yeah,
have it live. And they're like my and then they're like not happy about it at all. So that's a different. But here they're like, no, you're the expert. You do you. Like I trust you. You do whatever you want. I'm like, oh, okay. Amazing.
I think that's the correct way to hire someone is to not micromanage. Like you hire someone to do the job. If you're gonna be like, oh, they do this, do that, then why are you hiring someone? You have
Yeah,
to
then do
trust
by
your
yourself.
employee.
True.
Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about feeling of getting paid. Your money
Ah,
relationship.
feel
What does it
amazing.
feel like? Your first ever paycheck.
Whoa, it feel amazing. It's like
It is.
made your own money, man.
Oh
Like
my god.
it feels good to have built your own monies and then you don't have to like pretty much like relied on someone anymore. It feel amazing. For me, with all the hard work that I did, I get paid with what I have done. It feels amazing. I don't know how to
Hmm.
explain this. It just feels great. It feels like this is from my own like abilities, what I have done, and this is my money. Like, it feels like this is mine. I can do anything with this.
Yeah. And I remember first time getting paid is very surreal. Like because like the job that I do, so I remember I did something that I feel like it's not that hard. But then they pay me so much and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah. I think I remember that
someone can
feeling.
create, yeah, someone can create this much value. Like
Yeah.
you may think it's like something small or like because you have already had that skill, right? But for someone else they're wanting someone with that skill, so they're paying you and like, oh my god.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think I remember that feelings. I mean, I have to think back to my very first time that I got paid, which is when I was a teacher back in Thailand. And
Oh
then
yeah.
I remember like when I taught my first like ever class, I did terrible, like really bad. Like I feel like, what the heck did I do? Like I was so bad, but they pay
Mm-hmm.
me anyway. And I feel like, oh
Mm-hmm.
my God, I don't deserve this money, like I
But
don't
you
want to
do.
take
You
it,
deserve
but
it.
I did, yeah. But I feel like, oh my god, like what? But for me, my opinion, I feel like, oh my god, what did I do? But now I'm thinking back, if I wear the shoe of that manager, I would feel like, but she has the skills. She just need
Mm-hmm.
experience, and she just trusts me so much that she let me do it. So yeah, totally. I
Mm-hmm.
totally deserve that. But it's just the feeling was just like
Yeah.
I deserve this $500. Like no, no, it's like 500 baht actually.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's around like I don't know $20.
30, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to ask you, has your relationship with money like changed when you become more and more like working? Like you get your own money, right? Is there anything changed about like your money feeling relationship?
That's a good question actually, because like I think it is. I mean, me personally, I think I grew up like I don't grow up rich in a way that, oh, I like shoppings, I like spending. I don't really like spending that much, and I think I'm kind of like I kind of prefer to keep the monies more as well,
Mm-hmm.
because like I said, I don't grow up rich, even though I like yeah, I can afford to be in the US, but I still have to like make my way to be here. I would say that when I got the reason why I started working my first job at 18. I just finished my high school. And the reason why I was looking for job back then, you know the reason why? Actually, the very reason is just I want to go to the K-pop concert.
Oh my
I
god.
yeah, I wanna pay that 4,000 ticket, the standing ticket that I wanna go, and I feel like and then I think I asked my mom back then, and then she was like, "Oh, that's so expensive." Like, "No." Like, 4,000 Thai baht
Yeah.
is around 40, $50. But, I mean, back no, more than that. It's like
One
100
thirty.
something.
130. Yeah.
Yeah, 130. So like it's a lot of money for, high schooler who have no
Mm-hmm.
job, no money. And she was like, "Wow, that's so expensive." But I feel like I want to go. Like I want to go. Like I have to go. And then I met one of my friend in high school. She can go to every concert. Like she go to
Mm,
every concert. And I
that
asked her like,
friend.
how can you do that? She said do you know what she did? She did the like she gave away the flyers. Like
Uh huh.
yeah, she
Oh,
gave away
like
the
standing in
flyers.
the street and give the
Yeah, yeah,
flight.
stand on the street and then she gave away the flyers. And I feel like, oh, so that like you can
Oh,
make money. Like that's
that's
how
an
I learned.
option.
And I was looking for job. Like back then I looking for like doing like Starbucks, like do like in the like a theater, like those job, like those small gig. And then I feel like they get paid really less. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. And then it's just somehow the opportunity just come. There's like, hey, we have this like one of my tutor, she's left the school and then she looking for someone to teach. And then I'm like, oh,
Mm.
okay, then I'll do that. I never teach. Never. I'm like, I never teach. The only skill I have is I could speak English. That's it. That's it. That's all the skills I have. And then I did that. And the first feeling that I got the money was like, wow, I can make my money. And then first thing I did was I went to the concert. Like I paid for the ticket that I want to. Like I'm like, I'm gonna go to this concert. I'm gonna buy the like whatever light
Hell
stick
yeah.
that I want. I wanna
Uh,
buy the album. I'm like, yes, I'm gonna do this.
who are
And it
they?
feels great. You feel
Like,
the freedom of spending, like
who's the
ah,
artist again?
what?
Who's the
It
art?
was
Who's the artist?
EXO. Oh my god, so
Oh my
old.
god, that's so long. Oh my god.
Now you know how old I am.
Sayad.
10 years. Yeah, I know. That was like I'm not gonna say what year was it. It's been too long. But anyways, yeah, that was the first concert and it felt amazing. You feel like the freedom of spending without have to
Hmm.
like asking someone for money. And it feel even better when someone asks you for money. Like feel even better. And back then, like I could afford to help my moms to pay something. Back then she's having like a coffee store. So she have to like have the money to like, sometimes she's short something. So I could
Hmm.
help her out and it feels great. It feels like wow, at this age, I could do this. Before, my mom was totally against me, the ideas of working, because she felt like, why you want to work? Like she's scared that I wouldn't do well in study, like Asian
Oh,
parents.
I
Like, oh, if
see.
you work, you wouldn't do well in school, but actually, you can do well in both, like what I did. So yeah, it feels amazing. I love working. I love like being independent on my own, and also with personality, I don't really like. I don't feel comfortable being relied on someone. I'm gonna keep doing this value for the rest of my life.
Hmm.
How about you?
That's very nice. That's very nice. So it definitely changed in a very interesting way. Back in the
Mm.
day, I didn't well not I'm not that rich. My parents are rich, but I'm not like getting so
Yeah,
much
yeah.
money
I'm
to
same
spend.
same way, same way.
Yeah, all the time. So I wasn't raised being like
Spend,
lavishly like
spend.
rich. Yeah, and then I think in high school as well is when I started do some job. So
Mm.
I think I also teach English as well on like my school year
Everybody
break.
first job.
Yeah. And then like I get money and it actually feel really nice. Like back then, honestly, most of the time when I want to do something, most of the time you need to pay money. Like I want to get ice
Mm.
cream, I want to do
Yeah.
this, I want to watch this, I want to do anything. The currency is just money, right? And you just can't go and like, can I watch this? I'm 13 years old. They're gonna be
Yeah.
like, where's the money? So when I have the money, I spend a lot on like
Yeah.
whatever that I do, especially on things that I wasn't allowed on when I was like younger.
Yeah.
So when I was young, I used to play pangya, pangya, the golf game.
Game. It's a game. Now
Yeah.
you just give away your age, bro. That's
And
even older than Exo.
I remember like the first week something. I asked my parent to get like a cash money to like top up in your game, right?
Ah, okay, okay,
They did it
okay.
like once and then they were like, no, we're not gonna give you that, like it's not good. And I was like angry, and then I do it and it felt good to do something that you told
Yeah,
you're not
same
do.
feelings. Once
Yeah.
you have your money, you use one
Yeah.
whatever you want.
But then, like, more and more, I mean, when I'm away from my family, when I'm in my capital,
Yeah.
in Bangkok, and my family is like in my hometown, I have to manage money more. I get like, instead of weekly, daily, I get monthly, and sometimes it's like 3 months, and I have to manage my money. And of course, I do extra income. I was a Grab driver at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just so you know,
And
Grab driver is Uber, like pretty much like
yes, yes, yes,
Thai
yes.
style, like not Thai style, it's like Southeast Asian
Yeah, that's right.
Uber.
Hmm. And I'm saying like I realized that I have so much money flowing in
Yeah.
and so much money flowing out as well.
Yeah, true.
Like, and then I think actually not long ago, this year or this past year, I realized that oh, my spending has been like a lot. So lately when I
Mm.
get money, especially now in the US, I tend to save more instead of like spending on what I want, because I feel like I've already do everything I wanted when I was young. So now
Actually,
I'm
yeah.
older. I'm using my money to invest and learn about stocks, learn
Oh,
about
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
how to make your money work for you. Because even though work is nice, at the end of the day, I don't want. I mean, I want to like not depend on work at something, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah.
And to be able to do that, you have to have money work for you. You have to have
Yeah.
some assets, some business that lifts you up without you actually doing 9 to 5 all the time.
True.
So you have to start like the habit first with like a small amount of money. If you can manage your small amount of money, then you are able to manage a bigger amount of money and more and more and more. So I think that's where
Yeah.
I'm coming. That's where I learned the money that like the happiness, the fun thing is good, but it will end.
True, true,
So
true.
save some money to like grow your bank as well.
Yeah, actually, when you say it, actually, like it's kind of reflect to me, and I'm like, actually, I'm pretty much the same way. You know, like they say, from me, also do stock, but I don't think I'm that good at it, so I don't put that much portion. But I do like I try to find a way to like how to grow my money passively as well. For example, like doing HSA, like those high yield saving account, and then also like credit card. Credit card is like a game, you know, like
Hmm.
if you have the different cards, you know which card you get more points from what you're paying for. Is like those things are also count into as well, like into your money spending as well. I also don't buy things as much, but you know what? These days as you get older, I think I start to invest more on like health products like vitamins
Oh my
or
god,
like
yes.
anything that make you sleep well, like those
Hmm.
things. I'm like, okay, take my money.
There is a phrase that I also like buy makeup, but then it's so expensive.
Me too. I love buying makeup. I don't know why. I don't buy clothes as much, but I buy a
Uh-huh.
lot of makeup. Like I don't know how many lipsticks I have. I don't know how many blush I have. Like I just feel like, oh, it's different. Like it's that the trend is going so fast. I'm like, oh shit, I
Yeah.
need this, I need that, and then like, and also makeup is, I don't know why I feels like it's cheaper than clothes, but when
Yeah.
it's not always the case.
Hmm. And I
Sometimes the
bet
makeup is expensive.
I bet your blush and lipstick is all same color, right?
I know. I don't know how many pink I have. Like
Yeah.
I like pink lipstick and I have so many pink lipstick and I'm like, I just showed to my boyfriend and he's just like, okay, like it looks like the previous one that you have.
Same, same.
Ay, okay. Yeah,
All
so
right. Yeah.
when you have your first money, you would tend to use it on what you like, and then at some point, if you fulfilled your needs and you feel like, okay, now it's time to save, you would learn. So yeah, I
Yeah.
think if you grew up with like me or like Timo, you would ended up in the same spot, I bet.
Yeah. Eventually, your like fun thing will get boring. So
True, yes, true,
yeah,
true,
I
true.
hope you get there soon and don't blow too much money.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, this episode was really fun.
Mm,
We, I think like there are so many ways we can explore in the next episode. Maybe the money, maybe our
this
company, so many things.
yeah, for sure. I'm excited for the season 2, how it's gonna come.
Okay, all right. Again, thank you everyone for watching. I can't believe how many people have been watching and have been supporting. If you like our episode, remember to share, like, subscribe, recommend to your friend, recommend to your friend in your country, your friend in the US, or your friend in space, whatever.
All
All right.
right.
Again, my name is Timo,
And I'm Ploy.
and we are International Pulse.
Let's
Bye bye.
go. Bye bye.